as Dash of Dave. He'll take some scraps and bits of this, turn them into something you can't miss. Junk journals, tapes, and crafts galore. He'll have you begging, show me more. Oh, Dash of Dave, oh, what a sight. Mixing colors, day and night.
Hi everyone, it's Dash of Dave here, and I'm back for another crafty video. So, today we are going to do just a bit of playing. I've got this piece of paper that I'm going to turn into a scroll journal. Okay, so like a mini scroll journal. And we're going to make the scroll, and then on Monday we're going to make the box for it to go in. So, you know, there's more to come, but I just wanted you. So it's not really a two-parter because I'm going to be making this, and it's a nice little scroll in its entirety. And then if you want to make the box, you can make the box, but the box could be used for anything else. So if you want to watch two parts, then do. But if you don't, don't. So I want to decorate this, and I want to have a play. So my fingers are dirty from prepping things. So I've finished all 52 one-sheet wonders. So it's 52 sheets of wonder is the series. It made me laugh anyway. Whether it made you laugh or not, I don't know. Anyway, so it's tickled me so much I can't carry on. Right, Dave, snap out of it. Okay. So, I want to have a play, so I want to do a bit of inking, a bit of like playing. I might stick some stickers to it. You've got to be careful about what you stick to it because obviously you want it to roll up, so you can't put anything too thick on it, otherwise it doesn't roll properly. So yeah, so a bit of stamping maybe. I don't know. We'll see how we go. That's what we're going to do. So anyway, let's just have a play. So all this is I've cut this down to being 7.5 inch wide, and how long you have it is entirely up to you. I've just started like this. All I've done is I've used one continuous sheet of paper and then glued the two together just by overlapping it with like 1/4 inch overlap. Easy to do on graph paper because, well, it's got a graph on it and you can see where it comes to. So I will just say to you, I might be speaking slightly differently. On Tuesday of last week I had a tooth extracted. So I had a crown that had come off, and in order to have it re-sighted, it was going to either cost me £1,900, which I don't know what it is in dollars. Alexa, what's £1,900 in dollars?
£1,900 is about $2,525 and 86 cents.
So $2,500 on whatever Alexa just said, for resighting it, or I could have had my tooth extracted for £250. Neither of which I can really afford. I had to put the £250 on my credit card. But I was in a lot of pain. So I actually ended up having a tooth. It ended up being infected, and if I had gone for the resighting of the crown, it would have been another £1,500 for root canal surgery. So it's a good job I didn't go for that. So unfortunately, I've lost another tooth. But anyway, so that's the thing. So £250 is, Alexa, what's £250 in dollars? Alexa, what is £250 in dollars?
£250 is about $332 and 35 cents.
So yeah, $332 just to have my tooth out. So I might be talking. It's one of my molars at the back. It's one of the upper ones. Might be talking differently. I do need to stay hydrated. But yeah, I'm in a bit of pain. But you know, not as much as I was on Tuesday. So there's positives to everything. So yeah, let's get on with this. So I want to have a bit of a play. I want to make some patterns on it. I don't just want to inky pinky it. I want to make some patterns on it. So I was thinking I might just have a play with like dipping some things into ink and, you know, dropping it on the page. And like, you know, if you think I'm messy now, wait until that happens. Right, okay, don't bother with the good scissors, Dave. You just need a pair of scissors. Well, maybe the good scissors would have cut it better. I'm going to get my... I'm also waiting for a parcel, so you can absolutely guarantee it will turn up now. Because I've started recording, which is always the way, isn't it? So I think I might just put some of this into here, and then put some of this into there, and hopefully I'll be able to get it to soak up some colour. Except for it's not... can't get it to roll up, let alone soak up. Oh yeah, look, you see I'm going to get in right 2 and 8, and 2 and 8 means state. It's rhyming slang, Cockney rhyming slang. Getting in a 2 and 8, rhyming slang for state. I'm not a Cockney, but like lots of Brits know. Rhyming slang, apples and pears, stairs. Blood and blister, sister. Butcher's hook, look. I am not the expert on rhyming slang, by the way, so don't quote me. I'm not from London. I've never lived anywhere near London. Well, nearer London than I do now, but like not near enough to be considered near London. I know everybody in America thinks that London is England, and it is England. It's in England, but it's not representative of England at all. Completely different, almost different planet, the way the Londoners behave. So let's just blob this on here, and we need another... We'll use this thing to transfer it, kind of just squish it down. Take that off, and then we'll put it down again somewhere. Oh, no, not off the page. It'd be nicer if it was on the page, Dave. Close it down. Bit of playing is all we care about. Let's just have a play, because let's face it, at the end of the day, let's have a play at the end of the day. At the end of the day, I don't really play, because I'm usually recording, and it's Easter, so I'm filming this on Easter Sunday. I'm on my own currently. Vic is at work, so and although me and Brian do still see each other, our relationship does need some work. We went through a bit of a tough patch not long ago. I have spoken to him about this, and he says that I should be talking about it, so I'm talking about it. We're trying to rebuild our friendship. We had, when Brian was made homeless, I tried to help out. And it became a bit too much for our friendship to cope with. He was staying here, and it all became a bit much. So, because I don't have a spare room, so anyway, so that's the reason why he doesn't feature very much, because we don't have the same relationship, which I know we're friends, and but a lot of stuff happened that I'm not prepared to talk about, and I think it's kind of damaged our friendship a bit. So but I am happy with the fact that I did what I could, and other people might see it differently, I don't know. So anyway, that's some of that. I'm going to go a bit more and do a bit more, and you might not like it, but you know, it's a layer. That's what you have to think about. Right. The other thing I wanted to say is this could be detrimental to what I have in here, but I do have some lacy stuff, and I wondered if I could kind of get a transfer of lace. So there's this. This was just a piece of lace that I got from my scrappy place, and I wondered if I could. Oh, it definitely tears, but I don't know whether it's going to look any good. So just tear a bit off and use that as a pattern. Most of this is kind of genuine lace, as in, by genuine I mean it's old stuff, not all of it, but so I don't want to really, these are proper bits of lace which I would dye when I wanted to do something with it, but not necessarily just to make patterns with. There's a doily there, although that doesn't feel like it's very good quality. That feels like it's made of string. Old hanky there, I think it is. Oh no, it might be a blank cloth, I don't know. I am not an expert on lace. So let's do a bit of inking on this. This time I'm just going to do it on here. I'll do it in some. I'll do some of this. Well, that's scorched timber. I thought that wasn't what I was expecting it to be. I don't know, where are you? What is that? That's not the colour I was looking for. Don't try and sing things, Dave, please. Don't try and sing things. I was having a right old sing-along. That's another scorched timber. Oh no, it's the same scorched timber, Dave. Just stop picking the same thing up, Dave. What have we got? We've got some brown here. Got some brown. It's quite a dark brown. Oh, it is quite a dark brown, isn't it? And then I thought maybe a bit of, I don't know how I'm going to do this. Like that. Oh, don't try and move it, Dave. Just like that. Didn't really do what I was expecting. Maybe it's not wet enough. I think that's got a sticky mark on it. That's alright. Could do with something to press it down. Well, there you go, that. Yeah, no. No. I might just have a blob in that as well, though. So, blob about. Pick up some colour. Oh, there. Oh, yes, that's more like me. Oh, definitely like me. Perfect. Okay, so let's pull this back in and see if I can get something else off this. I'll do this. Squeeze it out. See if I can get anything from it. Oh, I do get a bit of pattern. Oh, that's alright. Yeah, I'm not quite sure I like it because it looks a bit snake skin. I don't like snakes. So, they're nope ropes. So, I need to squeeze it more, don't I? So I've got to look. Oh, there's a notification from Amazon. What the heck? Oh. My delivery is 4 stops away. So I'm going to have to be on high alert. I'm not sure I'm going to bother. Should I try doing that one? I'll give it a try, I suppose. We have to try these things, don't we? Might try it in a different colour. Let's have a look. What have we got? What do we have? I don't know. What do we have? What is that? Lumberjack plaid. I think might be a little bit. Oh, aged mahogany. There we go. It's a bit kind of reddy. Right, do I bring this to the... Yeah, let's bring this to there. That on there. And just peel it up. Oh yeah, it did get a bit of a pattern. Like there should be something over here. That didn't really turn out. That's because I used my fingers. Anyway, we might just pop that in there with a string, maybe. There we go. Perfect. Oh look, told you. It'd all go a bit wrong. So what else should we do? What else have we got? Well, we've got some barley, so we might just do a bit of splattery. This is barley husk. Barley husk. You know when you doubt yourself and you say barley husk. Yes, that. So bit of colour. It needs a bit of a dry, so I'm going to dry it. So bear with. I'll be back. So you know what I do like about inking, and the reason why I wanted to ink is because it gives it a real crinkle to the paper, and I really like that. So, what else am I going to do? So I want to ink around the edges to want to make sure that looks old. So I'm going to get. Oh no, that's not that one. Which one? It's this one. Probably not that one either. Where's my other one gone? Got a Dauber, a Nessun Dauber. No, Dave, don't do that, Dave. I must have dropped it. It's probably gone AWOL somewhere. Where is it? Oh, heck. Oh, is it over here? No, it's not over here. Over there? No, it's not over there. Oh, by the way, the other thing, very exciting, is, have you noticed? I can move around, I can lean forward, and there's no squeak. And that is because I was going to get a new chair, but I went even better, and I repaired this one. I found the door, but no. I repaired this one. I took it apart and took the seat pad off it and made it look nice and clean. There was loads of bits under the seat pad that got in on the sides, you know, from when you're fussy cutting, and bits of glue and everything. And that's what's coming today. I've got some new wheels for it coming, so it will roll better, because you know what it's like when it's in a craft room. The rolly wheels get gummed up with all sorts of stuff and bits of thread, and so yeah, so I'm going to have it's got a new lease of life, and you know, I'm pretty glad, because the seat was in good, sorry, the chair was in good condition really. It was too squeaky, and that's the reason why I was going to replace it. But because I'm trying to save money now, I've got a very expensive dental bill to pay. Well, not very expensive, less expensive than it could have been, but more expensive than I wanted to pay. So I have had to kind of cut back in some areas. So the chair is one of the things. Although once my mum's property sells and we get our share of the sale of it, there'll be some money to be had, but I don't want to be spending it on things I don't really need. So so at least I've repaired it, fixed it all back up together again, and I felt a real sense of accomplishment that I've achieved something. And let's face it, at the end of the day, I don't like throwing things away if it's perfectly serviceable, because it's not really disposable. We need to be a bit more savvy like that as human beings if we want a planet that isn't completely polluted and strangled by all the stuff we just don't think about as we toss it. So yeah, so I really feel a sense of accomplishment, like I say. I think, you know, I want to make this edge a bit darker. Now, I think I might want to dip it. Maybe that's what I should do. Right, I'm going to take all of you out of there. I'm going to put you down there on that piece of paper. So, and then I'm going to get this. Although whilst this has got some green in it, I will also put some brown in it. I don't want it to be too dark. I will use some scorched timber, just because once I've watered it down, it won't be quite so dark as that. Put some more pesto green in there. A bit more of this. It's going to go all over me. I can feel it settling on my hands. Joy. And then we want to put, in fact, actually, rather than doing that and getting it all sprayed back in my face, I'll put some water in it. Just get that bit of a swirl around. Nice little vortex going on there. So, I think if we just give it a roll. And then just pop it in there. We don't want to leave it in too long, but we want it to kind of just, what is it? Is it capillary action, that? Is that right? Capillary, where it sucks it up. We want it to kind of suck up, at least on the edges, a bit of it. Let's get some things out while I'm thinking about it. So I've got these rub-ons. Now I bought them initially for fabric, but I thought I could rub some of them on. I can always buy some more. Don't really use them. I've used a few. I've used them on fabric before when I did the fabric rub-ons. You know, when I made fabric tags. If you don't remember, I'm sure if I haven't linked it, I will link it. I'll turn that round. So I was thinking maybe some of these on it, like in the corners or something. Some of them are a bit garish for me. But, you know, I'm sure I can age them down, I'm sure. So, well, it's 2 stops away now, so, well, we won't get too heavy into anything big before I have to go. What else do we have? Oh, we've got some of these. So this is kind of a bag, you know, when I showed my fussy cutting. This is another bag of stuff. So I'm sure we'll find bits in all of the things that I have. So this is one of the books that I have. This is one of my more well-used books, you can see. It's falling apart. But, you know, it's still storing stuff, so I'm happy. Oh, yes. Yes. Now, what I need is I could do with that. Let's just dab off stuff so it doesn't all run too much. I don't mind it running into the page a little, but I don't want it to be just take over, do its own thing. I now need to kind of just get the top and bottom ends in and get them to soak up a little bit whilst we wait for the Amazon delivery. So there might be a bit of a cutting in this to be able for me to be able to, well, there will be cutting in this because I need to go and get the Amazon delivery. So yeah, so just talking about next week. So next week we've got on Monday we're making the box for this scroll. Wednesday we've got number 50 of the One Sheet Wonders. I can't believe I've managed to do 50. And then Friday, I don't think I've completely decided what I'm doing on Friday. But I'm filming this on Easter Sunday, which is, I'm actually filming this for Friday, the following Friday, I think. So I'm filming this Easter Sunday, and I'm actually filming for the 25th. Then we've got Monday, we've got the scroll box with the 28th. Then Wednesday we've got the 50th One Sheet Wonder, so I've called it 50 Folio. And Friday might do something with some envelopes. I think that's what I was planning. So with some, you know, junk mail, bill envelopes, those kind of things, because I have a lot of those, because I get everybody at work to save them for me, so that I've got lots of free resources for you guys. Also, I was thinking, you know, they're kind of good when you do some Happy Mail, which I've not been able to afford to do of late because postage prices have gone berserk. Oh, and also I've had to stop selling my digitals to the EU because of the new rules on selling in the EU. So yeah, so things have changed a bit. So right, move that out of the way. Try not to put your elbow in it, Dave. Fingers crossed. Try not to put your elbow in. And I'm going to dry this off, and hopefully my delivery will be here by then. This is now dry, and I am going to kind of do some more on it. So, I think I'd like to stamp something. So I did get some stamps out while I was drying stuff. So I've got this big stamp, and I don't want to stamp it fully. I kind of want to patch stamp it, if you know what I mean. In fact, actually, if I'm going to patch stamp, it's better if I might leave it on here anyway. So, what do I mean by patch stamping? Well, you either know or you don't. So I'll show you. What I mean, I shall show you what I mean. What have I got here? Brown. Oh, round one. I don't know whether that's you'd be able to see that, although it might be interesting. I've got a red one here that was a free, well, I found it. No, it wasn't free. Yeah, no, it was. It was in a charity bundle, but somebody's kind of contaminated it with glitter. But you know, it's fine. And then I've got my lovely colours from VersaFine. I do love these. So, okay. So, should we give this one a try, because this is new. This is one of the ones that I bought, didn't I, from that craft clearance when, what are they called? Closed down. What did I say they were called? Creative Expressions, when their online store closed down. So let's just stamp that. I was thinking that colour because it's got a bit of that colour in there. So by patch stamping I mean just bits of it, but not being very, yeah, that's cool, not being very specific. Just creates a bit of texture, I think, that's all. Yes, we like that. That's good. We'll do a bit more of that colour on this. Oh, hello. Don't dip your fingers in it, Dave. You can tell I haven't really used it because it doesn't take ink very well until you've used it a couple of times. So maybe that bit there. Might just tiny bit of that there. Bit of that there. Maybe that bit there. Yes, we liking very muchly. Oh yeah, I like that. That's cool. Okay, so I'll give that a bit of a wipe. I'll try to be good. There you go, that's it. That's my that's as much of a clean as it gets. So it's had more of a clean than anything else in my house. So it should be grateful. Except for the user. So the user of the stamp likes to be, it's weird, I like to be really scrupulously clean. I can't leave the house unless I've had a shower and I've got some clean clothes on. I really can't abide going out of the house looking a scruff either. So however, my house, oh, this is not going to go well, is it? Should I just abandon all hope? Yes, abandon all hope, Dave. However, my house, yes, that's a different matter when it comes to being clean. We're just, it just is. It's how it is. We don't say anything about it. It's not clean. It's not unclean. I mean, it's not like my craft room. It's not like it's not hoarded. I'm not a hoarder. I am a hoarder in my craft room. That's different though, isn't it? So, but I'm not a hoarder in my house. I like the uniformity of doing that. Can't really see it. You kind of can see it, but not really see it. So let's put a bit more on. Who are you calling more on? I know the old ones are the best though. I use the same joke every week, and that's because I'm heavily into recycling. So even my jokes get recycled. So yeah, you can see it. You can see it there. So I think maybe something down here or up here. Might go for the up the top bit. Oh no, we'll go for the down below. Beg your pardon. I wasn't sure that colour would be particularly good, but I quite like it. I only got it because it was cheap. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so again, give it a wipe. Nobody can say then I didn't try. You can say I didn't try very hard, but you can't say I didn't try. And it tickles me and keeps me happy. So, you know. Oh, I've got some on here, haven't I? Got some random ones. So let's go for maybe something in a brown. Don't wear brown a lot, but quite happy to have it in my journals. So got something here. I think that might be upside down, but not to worry. It's a scroll at the end of the day. Yeah. Maybe something there. Yeah. Maybe something there. Yeah, that's good. Like it. I think I'm happy with that. I didn't really use that one at the top though, did I? Where should I put that? Maybe there. Maybe I had used it, it's just stained that colour. Oh well. So, then what are we going to do? So we'll have that at that end. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so let's do a bit of rub on. Do I want to... I don't know whether these are going to be a bit too punchy, if I can push them back a bit. I mean, I like the birds. The problem is I like the birds. And I would use the birds. Maybe this. Let's try this one. Let's just cut this out and see what it looks like. If it looks hideous, we'll know not to use any of the others. So I'd like to see if I can kind of darken it down. So yeah, it's good. That's fine. So then where should we have this? Should we have this in this corner? Pop it there, and then it needs to be rubbed on. Rub on. It being a rub on needs to be rubbed on. So let's give it a go with this, I think. Now this will go wrong if there's any lumps on my mat, because it will just catch on them, and I don't know whether it'll pull the paper up, because it's kind of sticky, the transfer sheet. So. But there's only one way to find out. The proof of the pudding is well and truly in the eating. And I am quite happy to help you eat that pudding. So, oh, and by the way, just to say, I know that the rest of the world calls like moussey kind of desserts a pudding, but in the UK, if it's a dessert, it's a pudding. So pudding is a general thing. It's not a term that describes something. So it's just all desserts are called pudding. Are you having pudding? Doesn't mean that you're going to have something moussey. So actually, that's. Do you know something? That is not as bad as I thought it would be. It's a bit shiny, but we know how we can deal with the shiny, don't we? So that's very sticky. We can just cover that in a bit of matte medium, or we can do my technique of the dabby dabby dab. Let's do the dabby dabby dab, because Cornish medium can be a bit thick. So no, that's not going to come out, is it? Nope, still not going to come out. Oh, it is going to come out now. So just put a bit of glue over it. And then we're going to smooth it out a bit. And then we're going to tap it with our finger to make it less shiny, give it a matte finish. That's what I was disappointed about. So these were a cheaper version of the ones that I'd seen. I kept seeing them and thinking, oh, I really want to get some of those fabric stickers, well, rub-ons. And these were the cheaper version. And this was the thing that I thought, oh, that's what makes it cheaper, is they're shiny rather than matte. But it'll be fine. That's less shiny than it was. And we can always put another, once that's dry, you can't do it while it's still tacky because it'll just pull it off again. So we'll have that. What else shall we have? So let's have oh, don't stick it in the glue, Dave. Some of these are usually quite matte in colour. Let's see what else we got here. So not so much stickers. Oh, we've got a bit of vellum. Problem is, it's going to crinkle when I fold it, when I roll it up. That's more vellum. Vellum. Got a lot of vellum. Can't have anything too thick because it'll just crinkle when you roll it up. Ah, there, that. So these kind of washi stickers. Let's do some of them. That's also clearly sticky as well. Let's see what we've got in here. It's quite pretty, aren't they? That's kind of got ripped. That one. Might have that though. And then because it's got a white outline, if I do it with a bit of a brush and some colour, he says, find the colour first. There we go. Vintage photo, give it a try and knock it back a bit. And if it's kind of creamy coloured, it tends to blends in better. It's like it's more part of the piece rather than stuck to it. Definitely prefer this to that. So maybe there in that space there. So these are, I mean, I don't use these either very much, as you can tell. So I've got so many of them. And because they're washy and they're very thin, they should roll fairly easily. A bit more maybe. Yeah, see, it blends in much nicer when you've put a bit of ink over it. Just knocks it back a bit. Okay, what else do I have? I thought that was an onion. I think it's a vase. So why is there a rose with an onion? But I think it's a vase, Dave. I don't want it to be too... you know, I want it to look a bit more random. At the moment they're kind of going like that, but I think that's what I'm going to have to do to make it, for it to appease me. Do I want this? Or do I want something more pinky coloured? Oh, maybe I could have something more yellowy coloured. Oh yeah, let's go for yellow. Let's go for some daffs. Daffodils. Who doesn't like a daffodil? They're always so cheerful. I mean, do they grow everywhere, daffodils? I know that they're very popular in the UK, and they're always a spring flower, and lots of councils grow them in their territories on their public land, but I don't know whether they are something that grows around the world. So we've got those. Those are beautiful. I will use more of those actually because they're nicer than I thought they were. Oh. They go everywhere now. Here. Oh, come on. Very pretty. Those, okay. Do I want another one of those? Right, is that dry now? No, it's still got a little bit to dry. Let's dry it. Fine. want to get it too thingy. Do you know what I mean? Is that too shiny? I don't know. You don't want it to be too hot because they're plastic, so they will melt. And then we'll just spread it out again. Ugh. Of course, you've got 4 sides by which you could have picked it up, and you choose the side with the glue on. Just want to kind of just tap it down, and and once it's dry this time, I think I might just rub it over with a bit of this ink. Yeah, that's fine. I like that dry now. Okay, so what else do we want on it? So we should maybe another layer of something, but it'd have to be very thin. A very thin layer of something. So maybe some book page would be a good idea, like a very thin piece of book page. Something that's going to be... Oh, I know what would be good. Great if I could find some dictionary page. So this is the really thin stuff. It's a bit like Bible paper, you know, like very thin. So I was just thinking maybe some of this stuck to it in parts. I might just ink around the edges. Where the heck is this? Oh, again, Dave, you've got, like, how many options have you got to pick that piece up without putting your fingers in the glue? If I do this every time, that it needs I need a whistle on the end of it. Oh, there you go. You know, it needs to be able to respond like some of those key rings that you can get, where if you lose them, you can kind of either find them on your iPhone or you can whistle at them and they'll locate where they are. That's what I need on this. So, just going to ink this a bit. And then put that maybe on there. Just as something a bit interesting. I don't mean, you know, jury's out as to whether it's interesting or not. I think it's interesting. You might not. Should really have used some wet glue. Some stick glue, I mean, not wet glue. But, you know, I'm here. I've committed, so I should be committed probably. So maybe I want something now that is kind of overlaps. Let's do 4. I know we like odd numbers normally, but you couldn't really tell that was a 4, could you? That's because you've tried to do it. You've tried to be silly, Dave. You're just being silly now. Just stop it. Lots of people have said that to me in the past. Just stop it, Dave. This always shocks me. I always think, is that the wrong colour? No, it is the right colour. It looks yellow, but the dye looks green. So it comes out green. So what, greeny yellow? It's chartreuse, isn't it? So oh no, it's golden meadow. Maybe a little something else on the top. Just a little something else. A smattering of something. Let's go for that one. Again, we'll do it in the same colour so we're not having too many colours, but it is bringing that background colour in. Not too defined, just a gentle pressing. Yep, that's fine. Cool. And then maybe an edge of this. Oh, I don't know whether I want an edge. Do I want an edge? I have kind of a corner coming in there so I don't cover it up. Don't see it too much. How do you deal with something you're not really keen on the look of? Cover it up. That's the answer. Yeah, and we'll give this a bit more of an ink, so it's got a bit more colour to it. And a bit random dabbing. Just inking around the edges. It's nice to have a day where I can just be free, and I'm filming this on Easter Sunday, and I'm on my own because Vic doesn't finish until later, because Easter Sunday is a very busy day for the service trade, so he'll be busy serving like 200 covers or whatever it is today, and so I'll see him later, but it's stopping me from eating chocolate, so which is a shame in one way and good in another way, considering I've had a tooth out recently. I don't want to. I'm very paranoid about getting things in the hole where the tooth came out. I want it to heal and repair itself. So yeah, I like that. I prefer that like that. It's a little bit covered up. I'm going to have to put a book page a bit further round. Maybe something over here, or maybe here. Yep, and we'll do a bit of inking around this. So it's basically just about building a bit of a layer, but you've got to be very careful when I scroll, because remember you're going to roll it. So, and I guess that's why they're not hugely popular in the junk journal circles. Because they require some thought about it, and you can't have too many layers, like I say. Well, I know we've told you that already, so can't be too thick, can't have too many layers. Quite restrictive actually, although that does help make you be a bit more creative, I guess. It's not a glue book, I know, but it was what was to hand, and it was fine. It worked out with that. We might want something on that rather than, I mean, like we will put stamp on it, obviously. This time we're going to go for those. Something else coming in from the bottom. What have we got? Where's the big one? There's the big one, Dave. Where's that? There's a bit of a Mount Etna of stuff in the wings over there, so pile of things that I've pushed off camera. So if there's a crash in a minute, you'll know why. So not maybe something else this time, maybe some claret. That's what that's called, isn't it? Oh no, it's not. Again, just making up my own words here. That's Chianti. Don't think anybody can think of Chianti these days without thinking of Silence of the Lambs, whether you've watched it or not. So, yeah, that's fine. And I think maybe they could do with, maybe they should be a centerpiece for a floral something, because I want, you know, I said it was looking a bit staged. Like, let's make it look even more staged by putting floral things on it. Where did I put, right, I need some water, well, I think, because I'm starting to get a bit of a headache though. Where did I put those? Oh, these are some more of those things. Let's get some of these out, see what we've got here. White one maybe, or that one, possibly that. Well, that's nice. Maybe that. Something quite unobtrusive. Oh, that, perfect, that's perfect. Perfect. So what are they? Oh, they're stickers as well, but with a solid background. So let's put this on. We can get the back off it. Peel the sticker from the back is probably easier. It is. Don't tear the sticker though. There we go. And then we'll go over that with a bit of this to knock it back. Yep, that's fine. And then this one. Peel it off. Oh, don't stick to yourself. Oh, don't stick to the wrong bit. Don't keep doing that, please. Stop it. Stop it now. Oh yes, I like that. So, do we want anything else on here? I feel like this could do with something and this could do with something. Maybe another bit of a tearing out. Maybe it should have another corner on this lower corner. Maybe do that. Just ink this like I did last time. I like the inked edge because I know it makes it stand out, but I want it to stand out. I don't want it to just blend in and just be meh. I want it to be more. No, I don't want it to be. That's one of those plastic stickers. I'm disappointed with myself for having bought them in the first place because they really are too shiny. I can use them when they're behind something, but that's got a bit of a rip in it, but I might replicate the rip. Let's see where that's going to be. I'll just rip that in, ink those edges. Put some of this on. Don't pull on it, Dave, it will just tear it. Anyone? Anyone who knows what love is will understand. Yeah, sorry, Dave, just singing. I was listening to... I don't know who sings that. I'll tell you in a second, because it's not me that sings it. It's definitely not me that sings it. I was listening to a few of them, actually, to be fair. Where were they? What were they? What were they? So, Irma Thomas apparently sang it. So, but I was listening. It came on after I'd listened to I'll never fall in love again. What do you get when you kiss a guy? You get enough germs to get... Yeah, that. Don't want to catch pneumonia, so don't go kissing guys. So yeah, I like that kind of tune. I'm a bit young for it, really, but you know, still, it's not like I'm 12. But just, it's not really my era. But I think it's because my dad used to listen to it, and my mum used to listen to it, and you know, that kind of. It's a bit swing-ish. I don't know. It's very soul-ish. I don't know. I don't know what genre it comes under, but like, I love it. So, and I listen to it on Spotify. And oh, blimey, I've got something stuck to my chair. I think it's that thing I stuck to myself. Yeah, it is. That piece of transfer paper. And I think I was influenced, very heavily influenced by what my parents listened to, and especially my dad, because my mum was really the worker, and my dad, you know, mum was the breadwinner, and my dad kind of looked after us at lunchtimes, and you know, did the housey stuff and that sort of thing. So my dad used to listen to a lot of music, and he also used to do amateur operatics. Why have I done that? I used that before. So he used to do a lot of musicals, theatre stuff. So we were brought up with that kind of song in our head. So, what am I going to stick on there? I want maybe another flower. Let's go for another flower. We'll go for something. Should we go for a rose? It's too close to that rose, isn't it? Maybe that instead. No, not that. That? No. Let's stop finding things that it shouldn't be. Let's find the things it should be. Don't know. No. Maybe that. Because we don't really have anything else blue on here, although I don't have to have anything blue. Or that. Yeah, let's go with that. Let's have that, Dave. You get enough germs to catch pneumonia. Yeah. Sorry if you have to go and listen to that song now, but you know, you're welcome. I have like a little what is it? Not remembrance, but you know, kind of nostalgia, not theme tune, what's the thing, what am I thinking, playlist. So I have a little nostalgia playlist that I listen to when I'm feeling nostalgic, surprisingly. Oh no, let's use this one. We've already got. No, let's change it. Let's change it up. Let's use that, and we will. Oh, Dave, don't do that. It's a good job it's a bank holiday tomorrow, and I don't have to be at work, because it'll take a couple of days for the ink to wear off my fingers. Yeah, so definitely I could feel I was tapping that on my finger, but hey, never mind. Let's go a little bit over the flower this time. Yeah, that's fine. Brilliant. Excellent. Cool. So I think I am happy with my scroll. So what else? Oh, so I've done my scroll, but I need it to stay scrolly. So I know I'm going to make a box for it, but again, you don't want to open the box and it go like one of those. What are they called? You know, where you get like a can of something and it's got snakes in it that are like loaded to spring out when they, or worms or things. You know, you open it and they all come flying out. You don't want it to be like that, do you? You want to scare the living daylights out of somebody. So, well, you might want to scare the living daylights out of somebody, and then that's up to you. That's on your head, not mine. People at work say that I can kind of waffle about nothing, and it's true, I can. But then again, you have to be able to waffle about nothing to have a YouTube channel, because kind of, you know, you've got to be able to just chat, chat to yourself. You don't have to be chatting to somebody. So those in there. So what we want to do is I'm going to show you how to make this. So this is, let's just show you what this is. So is that dry now? Oh, it's a little bit wet still. Let's just get that. Let's dry that off. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to be very controversial. Oh no, maybe I should put some of this over and that'll help. No, can't get that to stay on there because it drags on it. So I'm going to put a little bit of talcum powder on it. No, I'm not. No, maybe I am. And the reason for that is I just want it to just get dry quicker, because I want to be able to just put the scroll it up, roll it up even. Bit of a cheat. Or let's just put some of this on it. No, that's the wrong colour, Dave. That one. There we go. It smells nice as well now, so. There we go. Cool. So, wanted to just be able to roll it up. So this is, let's roll it. And then this is a little kind of self-locking thing. So I know it's a little bit big, but that's the whole point. Is you roll it up small. You feed that into itself. You lock it, and then let that kind of expand to it. And there you go. You've got a little locking thing. Now, how did I make that? That is very, very simple. I just need a piece of card with which I can show you. Let's just get a piece of card with which I can show you. We'll use this because it's just an offcut from the last thing I was making. Oh, get that out of the way. So this is just 1 inch wide. Cut it down. You need to decide how big you want it. Now I've already pre-decided that I wanted that to be about 2 inches in diameter, because I want it to go in the box that I'm going to show you how to make on Monday. I'm going to cut this down a little bit short because you don't need all of this. So you want it to kind of sit around itself and overlap like so. Okay, and then where it overlaps, what you want to do is you want to put a pencil mark on there. Okay, you want a pencil mark that you can see again, Dave. There you go. Okay, so then what we do is this bit, so not this end where you put the pencil mark, but this end, we get a, let's move these things out of the way. Get a slot punch, and we pop that on the end and go in as far as it'll go. Center it, get your fingers out of the way of it, Dave. And then just take a chunk out. Now that, mine, anyway, is up to the straight bit, not where the curvy bit is. The straight bit is about, it's just a fraction larger than ½ an inch. So at this end, what you want to do is then you want to measure in. You know this is an inch, so you want to measure in 1/4 of an inch either side, and that'll give you a 1 inch middle bit. Sorry, ½ an inch middle bit. So you get 1/4 of an inch in this side, mark it, 1/4 of an inch this side, mark it, and you want to do that at least one more time. 1/4 of an inch, 1/4 of an inch. Then you want to cut up that bit. Now you can either do that with just a pair of scissors like I'm going to do now, or you could do it with a ruler. And you do that side, and you go up to that line that you made, and then you just cut down from that line. I just cut mine at an angle like that, but you can make it rounded if you can cut such things. If you can, you're better the person than I am. If you know, want to curve it round or whatever, but I'm not very good at those things, so not free, certainly not freehand. And then what I did to make the very tip of it rounded is I got my bit of a crafter lunch. Got my I'll come back to that. I got the tip of it, I put it in my corner rounder, and I rounded the corner, so I put it through the middle of it and then rounded the corner off like that, so I've got like a tongue. Right, be back in a second. About that, tied it up. Oh, not completely, but you know, that's fine. And that's it. And then obviously you rub out the marks that you've got. So, chance to be a fine thing. Where on earth is my eraser? Is it? Have I put it in here? When I was chucking everything back. No, I didn't. Who knows where it's gone then? I can't believe that. Well, I can't believe it. Let's face it. The place is a mess. So I don't know where my eraser is. Oh, it's here. Found it. So then you just rub out the bit that you've and any pencil marks you've got. Ink it however you want to, and then that just wraps around itself and tucks in there. And you want it to kind of have a bit of a tail. We'll just say easier if you kind of just curl it a bit. It's better if it's got a long tail like mine has. You think, oh, that's a bit long. Actually, you want that because you want the friction of it to hold it closed. And when you've got it to enjoy being rolled up, it'll stay rolled up. And also with the scroll in the middle, that'll provide you a bit of friction, and then it just undoes. You see how mine's got a bit of friction to it because the scroll itself is holding it there, and it just undoes like that. So we can, and actually, do you know something? As this fell off, we're going to stick this onto the scroll. If we can get it to tear off without tearing it. Is this going to work? Yep, of course it will. Of course it will. Just glue that bit down where I tore it too thin a layer. There we go. We're going to ink it because we should. We might give it a bit of a book page background. Not that one. This bit. Let's stick it to there and then cut it down a bit more from there. And we will. Well, should we put a tiny flower on? A wee flower. A tiny wee flower. Not that one. Let's see what else we've got. No, that's a solid. Although, would it look too bad if it was a solid? I don't know. Let's try it. Let's see what it looks like. Don't know where these came from. So I was thinking maybe a little flower in the background, it kind of being like that. Ink it down a bit. Definitely just tear that bit off. Oh. I thought it was paper, but it isn't. It's plastic. Ooh. Give it the same sort of torn edge, even though it's not a torn edge. And then just ink around there. Stick that on. I might have to tear it down a bit more, but we'll come to that in a minute. And pop that on there. Glue that down. Yeah, that's going to have to be torn, I think. That's just a bit big. That's fine. And then we can put that on here. Put it on maybe there. Yep, we'll have it on there. So, and then we'll just glue it. I'm going to glue it with wet glue because I want it to stick. Give it a better chance of sticking anyway. Put that on there. And just curl that round. I just pinch it to make it curl a bit more. Should have curled the whole thing before I stuck it down, but never mind. No, come on. Thank you. Glue it down. There we go. And that then can be ready for when we make the scroll box. So we will make the scroll box on Monday. So thank you for today. Thank you for spending some time with me. I hope you enjoyed that. You know how you can tell me that you enjoyed that. You can give it a thumbs up. I hope you go and make one of your own. Make a scroll. Just, you know, get on a roll and make a scroll. Just give it a chance. So try it out. You know, you might enjoy it. You might make loads of them. And I'll hope to see you on Monday when we'll have a look at making this scroll box. Really simple. Don't get overwhelmed by thinking, oh, blimey, Dave. Dave's really good at making boxes. Yes, I know, I am. And I know that sounds like I'm being big-headed, full of my own self-importance. But I do know I'm good at making boxes. But, you know, they are easy to make. This one is going to be really simple, easy peasy, lemon squeezy style. All right then, folks. So that's it. Thank you very much for watching me. Hope to see you in the next video. Take care. Don't forget, my name's Dasher Dave, and I love you all without exception until you give me a reason not to. So don't give me a reason not to, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, folks. Lots of love. Lots of hugs. And I'll see you soon. Oh, that sounded like Chewbacca was in the room. All right then, folks. Take care. Bye.